have so many wisdoms. Yeah, give a round of applause. Welcome to the living room. Yeah, welcome, guys. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah, this is awesome. I know you just taught a conference over there. That was fancy. That was pretty
I
cool.
don't know if it was fancy, but we had fun.
Yeah.
Different audience, going from 300 pastors I've been hanging out with all day today and tomorrow to this. This is definitely more my speed, my zone, my comfort.
Sweet. Well, we're glad to have you.
I don't know if I'm better at this, but this is where I feel like, I'm like, oh, this is fun to hang out in here.
Well, we're excited. Guys, if I were you, okay, I would get like your note sheets ready. I'd get your phone note sheets out and just like get ready to type like everything, because this is going to be pretty awesome. And so, okay, how long have you guys been married, and what was it like when you guys first met? Like who pursued who? Was it awkward?
She was all over me.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm like, no, square. I just learned that at church.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Don't touch me there. That's my no square.
Yeah, I heard that's all I heard in church growing up about purity. And so
yeah, we didn't have that in my church growing up.
Really? Yeah, they had a song to help us remember it. So.
How did what was falling in love with me like? We have people over here. How long have we been married? Give us the story.
Oh man, we've been married 30 years.
Whoa!
No way! We are so old. I have a grandchild in the house.
Oh, where's he at?
Where's he at? Where's Archer?
Hey, there
he's
he
right over
is.
there. He's the little guy in the PJs. Archer, wave at everybody.
There he is, right
he
there.
don't speak English. That's my soon-to-be fishing buddy in a couple years.
Come on, that's awesome.
So 30 years.
30 years, yeah. We met in Fallbrook at a barbecue.
Yep, that's a true story.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way. I think you guys met at APU.
Well, we met at a barbecue once, and then we saw each other like 4 months later at Azusa Pacific University. She was a senior. I was a freshman.
Whoa!
Wait a minute.
You got the front row excited.
I was a senior. I was a freshman, even though I'm 2 years older and I'd already been at college for 3 years. So that's
And then what were first impressions? Like, Amy, what's your first impression of
Okay,
Chris?
so at the barbecue, I laughed so hard the whole time my face hurt. I had to like massage my cheeks because he was telling these stories and I was dying because he was so funny. And he was really hot, cute.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That was 45 pounds ago. My first impression was I was hilarious and very good looking.
Very good, very good.
Amy was drop dead gorgeous. She's got this olive, forever tan, Jewish skin, these little dark almond eyes. She's a hottie. But I had sworn off all women, not because they are bad, but I was bad. I didn't learn about the no squares. And so my relationships were all yes squares. And I was destroying my life. I was destroying any girl I came in contact with. I was destroying her life. And God had started to get a grip on me when I was 23. I started to find a new addiction in life of grace and mercy.
That's good.
And I didn't know you could be addicted to something that was good for you.
Wow.
But it didn't wear off like everything else I was into. And yet part of that was I was no on all girls, all relationships. So even though she was gorgeous, we had a fun night. There was like 8 of us at this table at this barbecue. I was like, can't go there, can't pursue it.
Yeah.
And then, let's say it was May, June, July, like 4 or 5 months later, we meet at Azusa Pacific University.
Yeah, ran into each other on the very first night that we were there.
No way.
Big block party that was happening, kind of a toga party, block party.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, whoa, you're the chick from Fallbrook. And she's like, yeah, I told you I went to this school. And I'd given God the summer and ministry and doing stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm still ready for this, but we got to hang out and know each other. And by Christmas, it was like,
dang.
Let's see if I can do this maybe a right way after kind of a year of cold turkey and reprioritizing.
And you asked her out on a date? Is that what happened?
Well, we actually like had a dinner with our kind of like our Bible study that we were in.
Yeah.
And they were all.
Oh no, Chris doesn't remember that.
Friends, she had a Bible study. Maybe I was with them. I wasn't in no Bible study.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you led it.
What Bible study?
One at Christmas.
Wow.
In her apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
I was leading a Bible study? Oh. She's right, I'm wrong, so go ahead.
No,
Dang, Chris, you are spiritual after all, huh?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it was 33 years ago, so I don't remember much. I got a grandkid.
yeah, and everybody was like, we said, hey, does anybody want to go to a movie? And each person was like, no, I can't go, no, I can't go.
Wow.
And then it got down to us, the last two people. And
No way.
we went and saw
We were
it.
standing outside this little chapel. We had just seen a Christmas play at this little chapel. What was that chapel in the corner called? In our little chapel. And there was a movie called A Few Good Men, Tom Cruise,
Oh,
Demi
yeah.
Moore.
Uh-huh.
And we were all gonna go to it, and then we got out, and people were like, oh, I have finals, I have last week, I probably could, and there was just the two of us left, and I'm like,
Wow.
you still wanna go to the movie? Because my finals don't care. And
Dang.
so we went to A Few Good Men, and she found one.
Hey! that was smooth. That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, Munson Chapel.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you touched on this a little bit. Or like, I would be interested to hear both of your like experiences in like relationships growing up, what you heard in church or didn't hear in church. Just 'cause, I mean, I heard nothing growing up in church about relationships.
2 minutes or less, your relationship growing up before I rocked your world and changed everything. Go.
I dated a lot
You did, like through high school.
through high school.
Okay.
College.
And college.
And college, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you grow up going to church?
Grew up going to church, and my parents never talked to me about dating at all.
Gotcha.
The one thing she said was, I went on a date and the guy touched my knee, so I got out of the car and I walked home. And I was like, what do I do with that?
We're doing a lot of walking.
Yeah. Okay. And Chris, what about you?
So then relationships for you, how much do you want to go? And it ended up being,
Yeah. I mean, I went on lots of different dates, and then I dated like a couple guys that were like my senior year. I dated a guy, and then I dated a guy like in college for like maybe, extended period of time, like 9 months or so.
Yeah.
but not very healthy experience.
No.
Yeah. And so
Nothing
you,
like based on like
Yeah.
what would God would say.
So then you were like kind of operating out of like you're just figuring out as you went.
Totally.
Yeah. So you feel like growing up, you probably didn't get very much instruction. I mean, I was doing the same thing. Just trying to figure it out. Granted, I was friend zoned a lot, and I didn't go on very many dates, but that was just me. But yeah.
I went on 2 dates in one night.
Whoa. Yay. Well, that's pretty awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was like dinner, and then I was home in time to like go to a movie with
No way. Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry to say, babe.
No, that's funny.
She stood me up that night too, so it could have been
Oh, yeah.
three. Could have been three.
All right, Chris, what about you?
Yeah, I grew up in a very, very bad church experience where everything was hypocrisy and the Bible says and God says. So I knew sex was bad. I knew anything close to sex was bad. I knew God made man and woman, but he got confused on how he put them together because he didn't like how their bodies function. And you can't have sex until you get married. And when you get married, you have to have kids. So people that had 3 kids had sex 3 times. And that was kind of my church's view on. We're not going to talk about it. When we do talk about it, it's wrong, it's bad. It's for procreation, it's necessary, that's it. So then I leave home when I'm 18. I graduate from high school and turn 18 the same month. I leave West Texas. I get out here to California. My dating relationships there were a mess. And then out here, it's just full blown a mess because I'm like, dude, this ain't bad. This is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got no morals when it comes to relationships.
Thank you.
And yet in that, I've got a job. I'm driving heavy equipment. I'm driving tractors and bulldozers. I'm doing fire breaks. And then I'm a sales coordinator for a general engineering company. I'm making great money. I'm 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
Things are going well. And I have to get a new girlfriend every 2 to 3 weeks.
Dang.
Because I use one up. I get bored to death of her in 2 to 3 weeks and I move on to the next. And it had nothing to do with them. It was me.
Dang.
And I did not realize there's not a woman on the world that can fix a man or make a man happy.
Wow.
And
That's
I was
good.
trying to find my ideal in whoever I could play with in front of me. And it was terrible for them, terrible for me.
Dang.
And that was my relationship. And so that's why when God started to get a hold of my life, I'm like, no women.
Dang.
And about 3 months later, 4 months, I run into her and I'm like, still.
Dang.
So it took a whole year of just kind of really detoxing.
Wow.
Detoxing from really unhealthy relationships, all my doing.
Dang.
And when you're a boy, and here's what you understand, and I'm going to say this to a group, so I'm not saying it to you personally, but you ladies need to understand this, and you boys need to understand that. Is that you or you a man? When you're a boy, you have nothing to give to a woman. You can only take.
Well, write that down.
And so the problem in our nation today is we've got a bunch of 30, 40, 50-year-old boys who are walking around in men's clothing, going to men's job, but they don't have, a boy has nothing to offer a woman. They can only take. And once you take, it's purely physical, it's carnal, and you've got to retake because there's a law of diminishing returns, and she can't fix your high.
Wow.
Once you understand masculinity, you have something to give and something to offer.
Wow.
I was 23 and I had nothing to offer.
Dang.
I could only take. And that was something I had to learn with rewiring. And I had to go back to the instructions and realize, oh my gosh, I got a lawsuit against my church. They told me sex was bad. What a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
They didn't read the Bible.
Dang. So then so for both of you, then where did it change? Where it was like, this is a healthy thing. I know I'm doing the right thing. Because I think a lot of us in the room, and me growing up too, like, we're kind of left wondering, am I doing the right thing? What is the right thing? And yeah, when did that change for you guys?
So I dated a guy in college, and it just wasn't, it was very codependent. I was, paying for things for him. I was thinking I was being really nice and helpful.
Yeah.
And my mom saw the unhealth in it, and she was like, hey, you need to come to this counselor at our church. He was the junior high pastor.
Yeah.
And he basically broke it down, why do you like this guy?
Wow.
And I was like, well, he's a Christian and he's fun.
Yeah.
And that's all I could come up with.
Dang.
And so he broke down all the different aspects of what you would want in a future husband.
Wow.
Faithful, is he trustworthy? Is he teachable? Is he, does he have integrity? Is he the same in front of people as he is at home?
Yeah.
There were so many aspects that I had never even thought of that helped me understand, okay, if I'm dating, I'm really dating with that mindset of someday I might marry this person.
Yeah,
is this person somebody I'm going to stay with the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Is this the person that's going to be the father of my kids that I would want them to raise kids with, you know? And so he encouraged, hey, don't date anyone for a really long time. And it sounds stupid when it's date God, and he laughs at me, but he told me, date God. And it was kind of this
That's good for a girl.
It is. Because it was this it filled a spot that I was constantly trying to fill with people that weren't worthy of that.
Wow.
And I didn't really even know what it meant, so it was nice to just have this time of just really pursuing God and really figuring out, what is that type of person and who do I want to be in this relationship for my future.
So I would flip that.
Yeah.
Talking to men in here or boys that want to be men, and I would never tell you to date Jesus or date God, because I'm like, what the? And I was like in junior high, and I remember my junior high pastor, you guys, you need to date Jesus, and I'm like, I can't say anything to that. What the? What the? Here's what I would say. She's for girls. Yeah, date God. Invest in a relationship there that's going to teach you femininity, who you are.
Yeah.
To guys, I would say you need to hang out with your dad and learn to be the type of man he made you to be.
That's good.
And dad, I mean God. You need to hang out as his little dude with dad and realize he made you to be a better man than you are right now.
Wow.
And you're going to love that man you become.
Dang.
You're going to hate the boy of what you're doing, and you're going to love to be that man. And then you're going to realize I have something to offer, but I don't need it.
Wow.
To this day, I do not need my wife. I love her. It's been 32 years of relationship, 30 years in marriage.
That's awesome.
I don't need her.
Wow.
I hope and pray to God it's not an illustration that he will kill her tonight and I have to go on without it. But I don't. Now, what we have is the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah.
But I don't need this. And I did not learn to find out who I was until I hung out with dad and realized, oh, I don't need anything. Because that was my thing. Relationships were trying to get me something.
Yeah.
And get from someone something.
That's good.
And women then become just, girls are just body parts.
Yeah.
All you are. Your breasts and butts, your thighs, your legs, that's all you are. And the moment my hands have that feel of that, you just don't turn me on anymore. And there's someone better. There's something more intriguing.
Yeah.
And I would caution that because men, we are so visually stimulated. Ladies, we are so visually stimulated. Now, as a dad, here's what I would tell you if you're my daughters. One of my daughters in the back holding my grandson, Karis, the one on stage tonight, MC. That's my baby girl. She's got a sister named Selah. That's my first girl. And they've heard me say it all their life, and Amy. And I would just say to the girls, be very careful how you dress because you know your body's sexy. Every girl is made to be beautiful, and guys think it's sexy. But be careful what you show and how you dress, because
Wow,
if you're
good.
showing and advertising parts, don't be upset when a guy treats you for just your parts.
Wow. Wow.
And take that, provide for yourself, protect yourself.
Yeah.
And don't be upset like, oh, this guy's just trying to get a piece of me. And I'm like, well, doggone it, the current faction is just showing as much piece of you as you can.
Yeah.
That is not to condone anything a man is doing. Lady, it's never your fault no matter what you're wearing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying both of us have responsibility to look at ourselves and go, God's view of sex is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And we can play into what we're going to get from our sex life.
Yeah. That's
We'll
good.
get to that in a moment, probably.
Yeah, we will. And so you guys are parents. You guys have 3 kids?
3 kids.
Yeah, okay.
Selah, 24.
Almost 25, and then Kira's 23, and then Barrett 20, almost 21.
Almost. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Okay, so
They're all creatives. They're all artists.
yeah.
They're all a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so as parents, like looking back and maybe probably watching your kids date, your daughter's married, right? That's pretty awesome.
Married. I got his son. Hudson is my son. He's in the back. He hangs out with 11,
There we
12.
go.
Karis is 9, 10.
Yeah, and so a parent's perspective now, looking back on dating, like what would you say on that? Like how do students date well or not date well?
Well, from a parent, it's like you want to protect them. You don't want them to have to go down that road of broken heart and struggle and pain, and it's like you want to protect them.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, I would. Oh gosh. So here's the part of this. We've been youth pastors for 16 years. So 16 years I've been working with high school and college age students, and now for the last 22 years been a part of North Coast Church as a senior pastor and teaching pastor here. But I was inner city, East LA youth ministry. That's what I love, man. I love just inner city kids on the streets, and that's what we did for years and years and years. And it sounds so pastorish, but here's what I'd say when it comes to dating. I would say, why now? Why now? Because really, dating, you should date when you're thinking about marriage and getting ready for marriage. If you're dating and you're not anywhere near ready for marriage, and I would say most of you probably aren't getting ready for marriage, I'm talking the next year or two, then why? Because let me tell you, when it comes, I wrote this stuff down. Dating is going to take a lot of your money. You have to spend money. That's money a lot of us don't have. You're just going to spend money. Dating is going to take your money away. Here's the other thing. Dating can take your friends away. Because the two of you become exclusive, not inclusive, and your friends are like, well, we never see her anymore because she's hanging out with Craig. And Craig's bro's like, bro, dude, ever since you and Julie, man, you suck, bro. You're not hanging out for anything. Because you start being, and it can ruin and take away friendship. Here's the third thing dating can take away. Dating can take away your heart. Just think of how much drama happens in your high school because of who's breaking up with who or who did what with you. And man, you damage people in dating.
Yeah.
I mean, you can damage people in dating. And as if you're a Christ follower, for those of you that are here and you're Christians tonight, I don't assume all of you are by any means, but those of you that say, man, my desire is to follow Christ. And then I go, well, dating is going to take away your obedience. It is so tempting for you to get in a relationship with someone you're attracted to and then just go, I'm going to keep my hands off of you. What? We're cuddling, we're doing Netflix, we're going out, we're being exclusive, it's just her and I. No matter how good you are, if you're hanging out with somebody as hot as this, time after time, night after night, I'm touching her knee, and she ain't walking home. I don't know where your square is, but eventually I'm going to try to find that too. You're just constantly putting yourself in the midst of temptation. And like, why are you playing with fire like that? Now, here's the other side. I realize I'm talking to you guys, and you're like, what an old fart, man. Oh, we're not supposed to date? I would just ask, why? What good right now, if you go, I'm really probably not going to entertain marriage until 5-6 years from now, then what are you getting from that relationship right now? But you're putting yourself in harm's way in almost every area. And I would say this, hang out as friends. Hang out with your friends. We just heard the coolest story tonight from one of our dear friends, Ricky and April. Do you want to tell the story? Okay. Ricky taught this weekend. Ricky Jenkins, he's a pastor out at Indian Wells, Palm Springs, and his wife, April, and they're some of our closest ministry friends. They've been hanging out with us all week. You want to tell them?
No, go ahead.
Oh. She had just graduated from college. She started this discipleship program where she's discipling teenage girls. He's a pastor, a young pastor, single at a church. And they got very interested in each other. But part of the ministry she was doing for a year was, you can't date if you're going to be involved in this.
Okay.
She's 23 years old, 22 years old, 22 years old, graduating from college. And the guy running the ministry goes, I know Ricky's looking at you. I know you're looking at Ricky. Can you do us a favor? For 1 year, I'm not going to tell you guys you can't hang out. It's obvious something's happening here. Ricky's 29. And he goes, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Can you only date and hang out with friends?
Wow.
Don't do this one-on-one.
Wow.
And they're like, we'll do that for a year.
Okay.
And we're just having dinner with them because I said, hey, we're coming in talking about relationships to a bunch of high schools. What would you say? And she goes, let me tell you our story. And I'm like, he's 29, you're 22, and you can't go out on a date. They're like, well, for a contract I signed. I said, we'll do that. She goes, Chris, we hung out with nothing but friends for a year together. And every time we wanted to hang out, we just got friends together. She goes, we learned so much about each other and our interactions socially. We learned so much about each other's friends and their friends group and who they were. And she goes, that year we grew so deep into just a genuine relationship without being one-on-one exclusive.
Yeah.
And I'm saying right now, if you've got that, you're a junior, you're a senior. I know we got 9th and 10th in here, and you're like, but Chris, man, I just feel like this is for. I would encourage you. You want to take a real old fart approach to this, and save yourself some money, some heartache, some headache, and maybe some disobedience. To say, hey, I don't know if you're as attracted to me as I am to you. It feels like there's a connection here. How about for this year and the next year, whenever we hang out, we just do this in friend groups. And I'm not saying exclusive, there's no commitment, but in the next couple years, 2, 3, I'd love to see where this goes. But for now, I just think that's smart.
Yeah.
And be smart with each other.
Yeah.
If it's not about, we live in this age of instant gratification.
That's good.
Ever since these stupid phones came out.
Yeah.
Everything is instant. Instant. Right now, I can pick up my phone and I can have a double cheeseburger with bacon and fries delivered here in the next 15 minutes. They will knock on the freaking door. Thank God DoorDash. And they will come right here and go, burger and fries, Mr. Brown? And I'm like, yes, I did. We live in a day and age where you get everything instantly. You don't wait for answers. You don't wait for anything. There's no delay. And when it gets to sexual gratification, it is part of your culture. Yeah. And if your sexual gratification is going to be instant, and for me, let me promise you, you are train wrecking your future.
Wow.
Train wrecking your future. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but to like touch on that, I would say, like, I looked at this current statistic on Google, right? That 98% of dating relationships in high school fail.
Yeah.
And so it's it wouldn't be loving for me to say yes, we recommend this in high school, because it's like if we were like, okay, go run outside, and then 98% of you will like walk on a landmine, right? I would would not be loving, you know what I mean? And it causes a lot of
for the 2% of you, go run.
Yeah, go run. Right? It's pretty crazy. But I love what you said about friendships and dating and friendships, just because when you're around friends, like, you know, you have no one to impress. You're not trying to put on a show for anyone, and then you get the real person, especially like over time. I think that's really wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, you guys touched on it a little bit, but I kind of want to go into the sexuality talk where.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. So.
That's what got me to show up tonight.
Good. So yeah.
My favorite topic in the world.
So what's the purpose of purity? Because we hear this in the church all the time, like purity, and purity culture, where it's like, yeah. So give us your take on it, because you're the pastor of this church. You know, I would love to hear both your guys' thoughts on it.
I hated growing up hearing purity talks, because it's God wants to be pure, and you need to be devoted to Him and be pure. Otherwise, He won't bless you, or He'll curse you. And it's purity for His sake, you know, because God said it, God commanded it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I got, elbow. It's okay. It wasn't until I got into university, I got into Bible school and seminary, and started even reading the book, going, how come no one unpacked this to me?
Wow.
How come no one unpacked this? I mean, from the very beginning, let me do this because I'm a Bible geek. You know,
Yeah.
Anthony, how much time do we got, Anthony?
No, we're good. You got time.
You're going to stop me.
Yeah.
Then God said, this is page 1 of the Bible. Page 1. You want to know how your Bible starts? Page 1. Page 1. Everything we know of, everything that exists, the entire universe, is created by a big bang. Science knows that. Carbon dating knows that. All historical and geological records know that. Fossil records know that. Everything started at a specific point in time. All universes and galaxies today, thank you Hubble telescope in the 1920s, 1930s, is still expanding from an original point in time. There was a big bang that exploded everything we see and created life as we know it. Page 1 of the Bible says that. What science can identify as an unexploded nothingness, the Bible says that bang was the voice of God that spoke things into being. There's a creator behind creation. There's an unmade maker. Something had to begin something. Everything can't come from nothing.
Wow.
There can't be an explosion of nothingness. There's not even atoms, molecules, or H2O, because there's no H's or O's. Those things have to be created. Where'd science and hard science come from? There's a designer behind design. There's a creator behind creation. There's an artist behind the artistry of life. And the big bang that science has been chasing now for the last 200 years is the voice of God that spoke things into being.
Wow.
Now here's the point of creation. And then God said, let us make man and woman in our own image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all creatures that move along the ground. There is not an evolution of which we came out on top. Part of the designer and creator says, humankind will be different than birds and reptiles. Humankind will be different from primates and whales. Humankind will be above, set apart in the image of God. The rest of the creation is under humankind. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them male and female. He created them. God blessed them, and God said, and listen to this, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth, and then rule over it. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Did you catch that? The very first time in the Bible, God speaks to man and woman. What does he say? Have sex.
Ayo.
And no one told me that growing up. People, it's on freaking page 1.
Thank.
The very first thing God said to man and woman was, be fruitful. Well, I don't have to draw a picture to tell you. It involved a no-no square. What'd you call it?
Yeah, no square.
No
Good.
square.
Or yes square.
The very first thing God says to humans is not 10 steps to a prayer life. It's not here to how to better faith. It's not let me write a book so you can memorize it. The very first thing God said to Adam and Eve is be fruitful. In that process, you're going to have offspring.
Yeah.
In those processes, you're going to multiply. And you're going to rule over the earth. Now let me tell you what it says right after that. And then it says this. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. The man and his wife were both naked, and they felt absolutely no shame. Isn't that good?
That's so good.
God goes, let me tell you how this works. Page 1. I made light and darkness. They're not opposites, but they're two different things that complement. I made land and the sea. They're not exactly opposites. They're two very different things that complement. I made birds of the air and birds on the ground. They're not two different things, opposite, but they complement. He goes, I made the sun and the moon. I made day and I made night. And then I made man and I made woman. Creation has two complementary things that create a whole, that create a whole, that create a whole, that create a whole. And then he says, I'm creating a man and a woman. And for this reason, you'll leave your home. Your two flesh will join together and create one flesh. That word there is bios. You all studied it in school, right?
Yeah.
Biology?
Yeah.
You will create one life. Male and female come together to create one bios. Jesus will take this when he walked on the earth in Mark 10 and said, what God has super glued together, let no one ever separate.
Wow.
Let no one ever separate.
Yeah.
Page 3 of the Bible, Satan comes in the garden and goes, did God really say they had to follow him? You can eat of the fruit. And Eve, when she saw that it was good, when that it was pleasing, and when it was desirable, decided to do her own thing. Sex is ruined on page 3.
Wow.
On page 2, God said, sex is your wedding gift. It ain't bad. It's the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to return it. On page 2, God says, when you leave your mom and dad and you come together, I'm giving you intimacy. Socially, physically, sexually, relationally, and spiritually.
Wow.
The two of you become one life, one bios. Don't ever pull it apart. It's not meant to be separated. It's like super glue. This is God's wedding gift, so he doesn't have to go out to Target and buy you a toaster. He gave you sex.
Yeah.
And he goes, for this reason, and look what the Bible does with it for the rest of the book. It's going to drive you two together. It's going to make you inseparable. When hard times hit, you're going to have each other. Intimacy is going to be like nuclear energy. You know, we got the power plant right up the coast. It used to run. Nuclear energy in a power plant, used the right way, it can light up a city.
Wow.
What happens if you drop nuclear energy on a city? Bye-bye city.
Yeah.
And God goes, I made sex. I designed sex. Don't think you can have safe sex. Sex can be kinky. It can be erotic. It can be fun. It can be incredibly fulfilling. It can't be safe. He goes, you can't play with it outside of the designer. It's supposed to meet two of your needs for life.
Wow.
It'll be the reason you run home when you're 45. It's going to be the reason at 56 you still love being with her. It's going to be the reason at 65 you still love the way he looks at you, because his hands and his words have valued you and your body for the last 40 years. He goes, but here's what you can't do. You can't take nuclear fission and play with it time and time and time again. Because guess what? It's going to rip you off, and it's going to rip you off, and it's going to rip you off, and it's going to rip you off. And we have gone back to page 3. I want to do what's good, pleasing, and desirable. I don't want to do it God's way. And we wonder why a lot of us come from homes where we've been completely ripped off from our mom and dads.
Wow.
We look at our parents' relationship and say, I don't know what that's about, but I don't want to go down that road.
Jeez.
It's almost laughable to look in church today and see marriages that are on fire. I'm not talking about for God, I'm talking about with each other. With each other.
Yeah.
And go, what happened? We took page 1 and 2, God's design for sex. Naked, unashamed, no guilt. Be fruitful, multiply, enjoy it. And we played with it our way, and we wonder why we're broken.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to unwind that and go, you know what? Maybe I need to go back to the one that designed it.
Yeah.
And read the blueprints.
That's good.
And the one that made it. And he goes, Chris, you're a smart kid, but you ain't smarter than me. You can't make sex safe.
Yeah.
You can't make it safe. It's going to ruin. And we see it all over. And for you today, oh my gosh, you are walking around right now with the world's greatest supply of pornography ever in the history of mankind in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
And you are getting further and further into images. And you know what it's like. You used to control the phone. You used to control the internet. Now the internet controls you. Why? Because you're playing with it the wrong way. Images that used to turn you on don't turn you on anymore, do they? You need deeper images. You need more images. You need kinkier stuff. You need different stuff. Masturbation that used to work doesn't work that well anymore, does it? Why? Because you're already playing with it the wrong way. Now the beauty of God is he goes, I made it. I can reset your system.
Wow.
But Chris, you need to unplug. And I need to spend a year of my life and unplug from the machine. Unplug from everything I was doing. Thank God at that time I didn't have porn on the phone.
Yeah.
I had to unplug and come back to my dad. I didn't date Jesus. I came back to my dad and I said, Pop, I'm 23 years old and I'm like a 12-year-old boy. I got nothing to offer and I'm broke.
Dang.
I'm making more money. I got a sweet job. I got 3 vehicles. I got a house. And I hate being alone.
Wow.
Because when I'm alone, I hate who I'm with. And I don't know how to fix that.
Dang.
And I came back to a God that goes, I've been waiting for you for some time, boy.
Dang.
I can fix what's broken because I made you.
That's good.
And so that was me. Church gave this negative view of sex instead of telling me God created sex to be erotic and kinky and amazing. Have you guys ever read the Bible's view on sex? Look at this. Do you realize the most erotic poetry in ancient history that's ever been discovered reads like this? I wouldn't do this with the junior high audience because they would giggle and they would treat this like a junior high audience. So if you brought your junior high brother and sister in here, tell them to shut up. But we'll do it like adults. The woman says, as an apricot tree stands out in the forest, my lover stands above the young men in town. All I want is to sit in his shade, to taste and savor his delicious love. He took me home with him for a festive meal, but his eyes feasted on me. Oh, give me something refreshing to eat, and quickly, apricots, raisins, anything. I'm about to faint with love. His left hand cradles my head, and his right arm encircles my waist. My dear lover glows with health, red-blooded and radiant. He's 1 in a million. There's no one quite like him. My golden one, pure and untarnished, raven with black curls tumbling across his shoulders. His eyes are like doves, soft and bright, but deep-set, brimming with meaning like wells of water. His face is rugged. His beard smells like sage. His voice, his words, warm and reassuring. Fine muscles ripple beneath his skin. quiet and beautiful. His torso is the work of a sculptor, hard and smooth as ivory. He stands tall like a cedar, strong and deep-rooted, a rugged mountain of a man, aromatic with wood and stone. His words are kisses. His kisses become words. Everything about him delights me. Everything about him thrills me, through and through, from the inside out. He replies, shapely and graceful your sandaled feet, queenly your movement. Your limbs are toned and elegant, the work of a master artist. Your body is a chalice, wine-filled goblet. Your skin silken and tawny, like a field of wheat touched by the breeze. And your breasts are like fawns, twins of gazelle. Your neck carved ivory, curved and slender. Your eyes are wells of light, deep with mystery, quintessentially feminine. Your profile turns all heads, commanding attention. The feelings I get when I see the mountain ranges, stirrings of desire, longings for the heights, remind me of you, and I'm spoiled for anyone else. Your beauty within and without is absolute. Dear lover, close companion, you are tall and supple like the palm tree, and your full breasts are like clusters of sweet dates. And I will climb that palm tree, and I'm going to caress its fruit. Oh yes, your breasts will be clusters of sweet fruit to me and to my lips. Your breath clean and cool like fresh mint. Your tongue and lips like the best of wine. She responds, my love kisses and flows from his lips to mine. I am my lover's, and I'm all he wants. I'm all the world to him. Come, dear lover, let's tramp through the countryside. Let's sleep at some wayside inn. Then rise early and listen to birdsong. Look for wildflowers in bloom, blackberry bushes blossoming white, fruit trees festooned with cascading flowers. And there I will completely give myself to you, my love. And there I will give myself to you. Love apples, fruit, drench us with fragrance. Fertility surrounds, suffuses us. Fruits fresh and preserved that I've kept saved just for you, my love. Come and take my fruit that I've kept saved just for you. There's 3 more chapters of this, by the way.
That's in the Bible?
This is Song of Solomon, chapter 6 and 7.
Dang.
And no one ever read the Bible to me. We got to go home. No one ever read the Bible to me. No one ever read 1 Corinthians chapter 7. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, we have a command that says this. I wish for all of you to be single. You can do much more when you're single for the kingdom. However, most of you are going to burn with desires and flesh. Yeah. Therefore, every husband take one wife, every wife one husband. Now realize this, your body no longer belongs to you. Wives, your body no longer belongs to you, but belongs to your husband. Husband, your body no longer belongs to you, but belongs to your wife. Fulfill each other with your bodies, and do not deprive each other of your bodies, except for a short time for prayer and fasting. But then come back together sexually quickly so that Satan doesn't have room to tempt you. 1 Corinthians 7 says, you better enjoy each other's bodies for all of your life. And the only time in marriage you stop enjoying your bodies is because you want to give a time just for prayer and fasting.
Dang.
And people have come to Amy like, how many times have you stopped for prayer and fasting? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Never. Never. And no one read me the Bible. No one said, oh my gosh, God wants you to have an amazing sex life. God invented orgasms and he wants you to have as many as possible. God has invented your sexual organs and he meant you to get erections the way you did, and he meant you to have turn-ons the way you did. God put you together, wove you together in your mother's wombs, and you think he's surprised by what you're struggling with?
Wow.
All God says is, trust me with your sexuality.
Wow.
So when the Bible says no to something, it's not because God wants to take away your joy. Every time God says no, it's for one of 2 reasons. He either wants to protect you or he wants to provide for you. When God says no sexually right now, he wants to do both. He wants to protect you from the heartache that comes from nuclear energy and fission of just having sex. I don't mean this. I don't mean this derogatory at all against prostitutes. Part of my inner city church had a long history of working with some of the most broken poverty prostitutes in East LA. But if sex was just fun, prostitutes would be the most incredible people on earth.
Yeah.
You want to meet a group of broken individuals.
Wow.
You sit with prostitutes. And they'll tell you. It's not physical.
Yeah.
Something happens when a flesh union of male and female happens. And God said it wasn't supposed to be used and used and used and used. It's why you're hurting. It's why you feel like a piece of you still in that relationship.
Wow.
It's why you stay in a relationship longer than you should.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just want to stay with him. And I'm like, why? It's unhealthy. I'm staying with I'll tell you why. Because you guys had sex.
Wow.
Or you've gotten close to have sex. It's called an entanglement. Look at entanglement. It's a new science, a neurology that just started about 15 years ago. Because that's what we can do with the brain now.
Yeah.
We can look deeper than ever. When two people continue to have sex, science is finding out an entanglement happens.
Okay.
Where you can be in different rooms, even in different places in the country, and there seems to be something between the two of you that is a bonding element.
Wow.
And the longer people have entanglement, the more web they become.
Yeah.
I've explained it like Avatar. Remember, you have to jump on, you take your hair and you touch it,
Oh, yeah.
and you got this whole thing that becomes one. That's how God created sex. It was never meant to be played with back and forth. So you are staying in a relationship longer than you should because you feel like there's something there. There is something there. You did sex wrong, and you're feeling the entanglement of even bad sex. And God goes, cut it off. Now look, I realize I'm stepping on toes. For those of you that said, Chris, I've already blown it. Chris, I've already gone there. Chris, I'm already done. Let me encourage you. 1 John 1:9 says, there is a God that if you confess, will forgive you and cleanse you from unrighteousness. Get this. God goes, look, listen, honey, listen to me. I can not only forgive you, I can cleanse you.
Wow.
I can give secondary virginity. I can restore purity.
Wow.
There's always consequences, but you're not done.
That's good.
You did something where you broke God's law. It doesn't mean you're broken. You can be fixed. It can be healed. The creator of sex says, I can give you something. We were both broken in our relationship. But God has given us something these last 30 years that at the age of 56, I still can't get enough of this chick.
Wow.
My favorite thing to do is to get home when the kids are finally gone. I can't get them out of my house. They keep coming back. And I'm like, I want to get my playpen back, which is her. I love this chick and who she is and her body, and she loves me. And God goes, I give you that. Even as old farts, I give you that.
Dang.
We trust God with our eternity by saying, God, I'm going to accept you. I'm going to make you my Lord and Savior. I trust that I have heaven. And God goes, don't trust me with eternity. Trust me with your sexuality.
Wow. Write that down.
Do it my way so I can protect and provide for you.
Yeah.
We came downstairs when my daughters were little. My son Barrick was about 2.5, 3. My daughters learned that they can open the drawers in the kitchen and Barrick could step on him and sit up on the counter. So one day, my daughter, who's 6 at the time, my other daughter is 4, and Bear is about 3. So maybe they were 7, 5, and 3. They have Bear up on the counter, and they are making toast and peanut butter and jelly for Saturday morning breakfast. I come down and I turn the corner, just as my son, because he's a brilliant 3-year-old, has taken the knife and gotten butter on it and has decided he is going to put the butter in the toaster with the knife while the bread is being toasted. So I come around the corner and he's sitting on the counter, sticking a knife into the toaster with 2 little sisters just smiling like, genius, melt the butter in the toaster.
Oh my gosh.
Now I think we're all smart enough to understand an open circuit electrical, that the moment those wires are going to touch that knife, the electrical circuit now is going to go through that knife into a little 3-year-old's hand. And I don't know what's going to happen to the electricity in that hand, but I know he's about to lose it. So when I come around the corner and it's going in, I just scream, no! He does what a 3-year-old does. And then he drops the knife. Salem, my oldest. Kara's my middle child, just big grin on her face, like, She was probably behind the entire thing. She's like, I was gonna see what happened. And he is screaming. Now you can look at me. Did I wake you up? I'm sorry. You're awake now. You can look at me and go, what a terrible dad. What a terrible dad. How dare you tell your son that's wrong? Let him explore. Let him find his way in life. Let him have his freedom. And I'd look at you and go, you're a moron. You think I'm gonna let my son blow up his fingers so he can have his way?
Yeah.
You know why I screamed no?
Mm.
I'm trying to protect and I'm trying to provide.
That's good.
No one read me the book. God said sex is amazing. It's my wedding gift to you. Trust me. I want you to have the most amazing sex life for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. To do that, trust me for the next 3 to 5.
That's good.
Trust me. The only reason a good God says no is because he's trying to protect you and provide you. And may I add, can you just look at how the world's doing sexuality?
Yeah.
Is that really the end result of joy and fulfillment? Do you see marriages, families flourishing today?
Wow.
Because of how we're doing sexuality.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is open your eyes. Now, here's the problem. You're just a bunch of hormones and you're horny right now. Because that's your age group. That's your age group. You know why? Most of you were supposed to be married at the age of 14 to 15. Marriage traditionally happened by the age of 15. Your sexual peak right now, gentlemen, your sexual peak is around 19 to 21. Ladies, your sexual peak is around 21 to 24. The average age of getting married right now in the United States is 26 and a half. You tell me what's wrong with that.
Wow.
You live in a sexually saturated culture where everything the world has to offer sexually is on your phone in the palm of your hand, and you have more privacy than ever before. In a day and age where sex is leading us nowhere but ultimate brokenship and broken relationships.
Yeah.
And God is saying, trust me. But by the way, you're holding on to obedience longer than ever. Where for the first couple thousand years of humanity, you were all married by the age of 15.
Dang.
We're prolonging marriage. We're trying to hold on to obedience. The average age that the girl is having her first period is dropping lower and lower and lower. The average age that you have encountered pornography is now starting around 2nd and 3rd grade. Something is desperately broken in a system and a world that is trying to tell you. Page 3.
Dang.
Did God really say, come on, don't be a prude. Don't be a loser. Eat the fruit. You know what's good. You know what's pleasing. You know what's desirable. Just be safe. And the story of the Bible is, can you trust a God that created it? Or a lie in the garden that says you can handle it?
Dang.
So what do you do now? How to date? It's not how to date well, it's how to wait well.
That's good.
How do you wait well and trust? God, I'm giving up a lot right now sexually. You better know what you're talking about. You created male and female. You created sex. I hope this pays off, because right now it is really tough to wait. It is really tough to wait. And I tell you, you hang on to God with both hands and promise you're going to look back at that and you're never, ever going to regret obedience.
That's good.
Our days are filled talking with people that regret disobedience.
Wow.
How they killed their relationship, how they killed their marriage, how they killed their family. I've never had someone come into my office in 36 years of being a pastor and said, man, I'm so pissed off that I followed God. I've never had anyone regret obedience.
That's good.
That's what I would tell you guys if I was
No, that's great.
old now.
Great.
Okay, I got preachy, babe. What do you want to say?
I think like when you're dating, we don't think future. We don't
Yeah.
think, wow, whoever I'm dating right now might not even be the person I marry.
Yeah.
How am I treating this person so that when they do get married, the other person is going to be so thankful that I treated them with
Wow.
respect and with honor and protected that person,
Yeah.
protected their heart, didn't just take, like Chris was saying.
Yeah.
No, that's so good.
Ladies, I'll tell you right now, and I'll put every guy in the room on blast. I don't care. You will know the difference between a boy and a man. And it's either to protect you or it's either to take from you.
That's
You will
good.
know. You will know immediately. Am I dating a boy or am I dating a man? And let me tell you, at the age of 15, 16, 17, it's hard to find a man. Because most of us weren't raised by men. We were raised by a bunch of old boys.
That's good.
And
Okay.
you find out who your father is and the type of man he wants you to be. Men, let me tell you, I love the way I have 3 adult kids. I'll say this, it's not arrogant, it's not pride, it's God. I told you my life was trained. I have 3 adult kids that admire and respect me for the man I am. I have a son here, Hudson, who's come into our family 2 years ago, and I know he respects and admires me for the man I am. I have a wife that respects me for the man I am, and how accountable I am, and how confident I am, and what I have to give to the family. And I had none of that on my own. I had success. I was better looking, and I hated being alone. You find out who your father is and what he made you, and I promise you'll have something the rest of your life you can stand on. And people in your life that will love you because of who you are as a man. And I'm not saying you got to bench press 275. I'm not saying you got to be rough and tumble. I'm just saying being a man. And God made you to be a man. Don't look at physique. Don't look at size. Don't look at job. God made you to be a man. You find who that is, and I promise God will bring you a woman that wants to be by your side because she feels protected.
That's good.
I'm dropping that mic. I'm done.
No, that's good. Well, guys, can we thank Chris and Amy for being here? Thank you guys so much. Yeah, worship team, you guys can start heading up here. And